Don't. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Strawberry Mansion's very own back at you with another video. But today we doing something a little different. Today I got my better half with me today. And we figured we try something new. We try this podcast out. We're going to be discussing a few topics. Just like, we got a nice little lineup for y'all. But what we're going to also be doing is we're also going to be taking we're also going to be taking calls too from y'all. But let her introduce herself first. Go ahead.
Hey y'all, I'm Tasha.
Okay, tell them a little bit about yourself, or just explain what you're here to do.
All right, what's different? I'm all like cheesing. All right, I'm Tasha,
And
the wife to him. So I'm a school bus driver, I'm a hairstylist, and I'm a mother of 3. I don't be doing much.
All right, but this is the thing. Like I said, I wanted to start a podcast. I was telling y'all about wanting to start a podcast. A lot of people have been telling me I need to start a podcast. And one of the things, we be having a lot of discussions, right? And some discussions, I really feel that I'm right, and automatically she thinks she right. So I said, all right, it was a specific
Wives
conversation.
are always right.
If you say so. But we had a specific conversation in the car today that she told me to bring to y'all attention, and we'll see what y'all think about it. So I said, all right, well, we're going to start our podcast tonight. No planning, no nothing. That's why it's coming to y'all like this with no intros, no trailers, no nothing. It's raw and uncut. This is actually going to be the first episode. And I meant to put that in the info thing, first link. So this is what was going on. We got a phone call, right? We got a phone call from somebody close, near and dear. And it's a teen, right? He's a teen. He's, I want to say 19, 20-ish, right? So he got a phone call that's kind of scary to some. But to me, it puts a lot in question. So let me tell you what happened. We get a phone call from a friend asking our advice. And the teenager, the girlfriend, is actually pregnant. Well, they're not exactly sure. I guess they took a regular store when she missed a couple periods, stuff like that. So that's all indications that she may be pregnant. So she spoke to the parents' mother, and they was all giddy and all happy. But my thing is, the children are a little bit too young to make certain decisions. So the conversation we got to was, can a child have a child at a certain age still progress? And
A child under 18, a girl, woman, whatever you want to say, under 18 becomes pregnant. Whose decision is it to abort the baby or keep the baby? And I say that ultimately it's the person, no matter what age they are, it should be their decision. Period.
But like I was saying to you earlier, you saying that that should be their decision, right? My thing is, all right, at what age is it okay for them to take on that responsibility? Because I think the boy is like 19 maybe or something like that. The girl is like 16 or 17, something like that. But it all goes to the parenting of the children also. Now, I don't know what go on in their household, so I can only speak from the outside. I can't speak for...
None of that matter, because you can be raised perfectly, you can be raised religiously, and you still might go out, have sex, and become pregnant. None of that don't matter. The point is, once you become pregnant, okay, let's say a teenage pregnancy, like I had a teenage pregnancy. I was a teenage mom. That does not mean like that's the end of the world and everyone around you should just be saying, oh, it's abortion. That is just not sitting right with me, and it don't make no sense.
So you mean to tell me
Mother,
that...
father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandma, the first thing should not be abort the baby just because you're a teenager.
But what I'm saying is, a child shouldn't have a child. What I was saying is, at a certain age, people say that don't stunt your growth, that don't stop you from doing certain things. To me, it does, because when you're a certain age, let's just use the age let's just use the age 16. At 16, you may still want to go to school, you still may want to go to college, you
And
still
you
may
still
want to work,
can.
right? But at that time, also, you still need a babysitter. So
Okay.
you become,
That's why they have child care centers.
but you can't do it all on your own. So don't think it's like it's just, oh, I'm just super independent and I can make it happen
It's,
by myself. It can't go that way.
it don't matter. You
And your
gonna make it
mind
happen.
state.
You gonna do it.
All right, what is it called? What's the stuff called when women go through once they get pregnant?
Postpartum.
Okay, so
Not
that's
all women go through it.
right, but it's a chance that
It's
that
a chance.
right, but so a child at a young age handling that also, like we
You
forget
just
that
thinking.
from.
You just thinking all the bad things. Okay,
Tell me
and
the
just
good
like I
things.
said,
Tell me the good things.
just let me say something. Just like I said, having a baby or aborting a baby is going to be a huge life decision that's going to affect you for the rest of your life. No matter if she have the baby or if she abort the baby. Okay, and 9 times out of 10, the abortion is going to affect her even more. She's going to have more regrets.
I don't. What I'm saying to you is, all right. Like I said earlier, right? All right. Let's say things don't go the way you plan it. We can just say the beginning. We ain't even gotta say long term. Let's say things don't go the way you plan. You can't stuff the baby back up in there. That's what I'm saying. It's no going backwards, but you can still choose to not have that baby at that time and
I
wait
mean,
to a later
if
date
you
when you're
choose
more
it,
stable.
if you choose it,
So you're gonna bring a baby into your parents' house. You're gonna bring a baby into your parents' house. They might be okay supporting you because that's their child. They might even be happy because that's their grandchild. I'm just saying, there's more. It's a whole lot of responsibilities on top of that.
it's a
of just
whole lot
having-
of responsibilities when you're 21. It's a whole lot of responsibilities when you're 31. It's a whole lot of responsibilities when someone is 41 who has so much more at risk for waiting to have the baby. So it's going to be a whole lot of responsibility no matter what age you are. No matter what age you are.
Yeah, but you still know how to deal with situations better versus
If
a
you
child
say so,
mind.
if you
Versus-
think.
versus a child mind. To me, like at any child, that's just any. I'm trying to think of how I can say this where it's YouTube friendly, right? But any person having a baby, that's a big responsibility. And usually people be together, like usually, I'm gonna say usually, people
Turn
be
it off,
together
Todd.
for a certain amount of time. And they get an understanding. When you a kid, you go through so many phases, you meet so many people. So how do you
Right.
know at a young age, this the person you want to be stuck
You-
with and tied
It's
with?
not
for
that
the-
you know.
for the
That's
rest
how
of
you
your
feel
life.
at that moment. You could every situation that you say can happen at any age in life. 16, 26, 36, 46, 56.
But you're more inept to deal with it when you got some
That's not true.
understanding and experience in life.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's why we all have our own opinion, because I don't feel that way.
That's just like I tell you, they train kids. They train kids at a young age, like women. They train. What's the first toy you get a little girl when she 1, 2 years old? The first thing you get is a doll baby.
Right.
That's the very first thing you get.
Okay.
You get a doll baby, then you get a kitchen set, then you get her Pampers. They even got
Right.
they even got actual dolls that wet the bed and all.
Right.
Like that's what I'm saying. So you preparing her to be a mother, to be a nurturer, to be a parent.
That's right. And
at
there's nothing
birth.
wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. We give the boys toys and, trucks and show them, how to, they're protectors and providers. And we give women the tools to be nurturers and mothers. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, Stephanie, how you doing, Stephanie?
Nothing
Good,
wrong
right?
with that.
This is my thing, right? I don't think that. So in that same instance, when I was a kid, when I was young, all the way up to 17, I can remember I wasn't allowed to have girls upstairs in my mother's house at all. So that's what I'm saying. It goes always back to the parents. So now that they have a baby, so now is it okay for the father to spend the night?
It may or may not be. That's like up to the
Not
mom.
may or may not be. I'm asking you, is it okay for the father to spend the night now?
I mean,
now he got a child.
I mean, the deal is done with. The
No,
deal is done.
It's
But
not actually done because now a second baby come into play. My brother and
Right.
sisters is only 10
Okay.
months apart. So that means my mom and pop was getting busy immediately after my shield with my brother.
I'm just saying the main thing is that if a teenager becomes pregnant, should the parents or the baby father make her get an abortion? That's what the problem is. And no, I don't agree with it at any point. It's still the girl's. It still should be her decision, no matter her age. I mean, I don't even know if a situation where she was raped or molested. I don't know.
That don't have nothing to do with it. That's a whole nother situation.
All right.
We talking about willfully
Teenagers.
because first of all, when you're young, the old saying, young, dumb, full of, you know what it is. So now they laying around, they just learned a new experience, which adults enjoy, so they enjoy it too. So they doing it constantly. Then they hear the repercussions of what can happen. They hear it. All right, don't do this because make sure you protect yourself because but now they hear in this situation, bam, now and then they pregnant, they got a baby on the way. So now they don't have a bunch of money put away. You
Right.
saying what they can do when they don't have no choice. Of course, if you throw me in a jungle with a Uzi
I mean,
and it's a war going
it's
on,
not
I'ma
a
survive,
perfect
but I'm not
world.
built for it.
It's not a perfect world.
But
Nobody
they got
is.
choices right now. You got
Yeah, she
people
got a
didn't
choice
have-
to abort her baby. No, that's not the only choice she have. That's not the only choice she have. When I had my son at 16, my family was they weren't okay with it because of course I snuck around, wasn't raised to just go out and do things. But it happened and I was making those decisions just as a teenager. But they did not, the first thing they did not say was, "Oh, you're getting an abortion." No, that was not what they said. They said, "Now you have to grow up a little faster." And that's what I had to do. And
All
I
right, but look.
still went to school. Okay, I've been working since I was 14. I still
But
went to
women,
school,
we all know-
graduated with meritorious honors, went to college, having a degree, okay, got jobs, well educated, and that teenage baby that came out of the teenage mom is all that.
What I'm saying to you is, I know when I was 16, 17, 18, my brain was like a scrambled egg. I didn't know left from right. I didn't know what I wanted out of life. I didn't know where I
Okay,
wanted to
so
go
how
at
would
in
you have
life.
felt and your mom made you abort?
You ain't let me finish. What I'm saying to you is I had no idea of what life prepared for me. Just like with these kids now, when they at home, I can't wait till I get my own house. I'm tired of being under your rules. I can't wait till I move out. But they don't know when they move out, you got to pay the gas bill, you got to pay the water bill, you got to pay the electric bill, you got to take care of your personal needs. It's so much come with being an adult. Now, being put in an
Right.
adult situation that you can take back, how many mistakes? People might say, all right, I don't regret having this baby, but they may say, I regret having it at the time I had it. Everybody
Maybe.
want to be financially stable, of course. Everybody want to be mentally stable, of course. It doesn't happen that way.
And
but will they have better eyes?
It's
with a
rare.
better
It's rare. It
understanding?
do happen that way. It's
But
rare.
will they have will
that's
they have better
rare.
eyes of making it with a better understanding? Right now, they kids, they ain't even enjoyed what life got to offer, just as far as what they did to make the baby.
It's 2020. Life is short. Do whatever the hell makes you happy. And
Watch
if that's
it
what
down.
makes them happy,
Yeah, and make them happy temporary right now, but will they even be speaking a year from now, 2 years from now?
that don't matter.
It do because
Like that girl's life may be destroyed.
it may
if-
not because
if-
she still
if her
got
mother-
20 or 30 more years.
If her mother
to
or
make that
her
decision.
her baby father makes her get an abortion. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, me personally, I would.
Abortion should not be forced just because you're a teenage mom. That's just my straight up opinion.
All right, Stephanie said that because at 14 years old, you don't know how to put a hat on the baby head because if you don't, they will catch cold. When at 25, 30 years
Colic.
old, you will know more. I get, and that's
A
what that.
30-year-old might forget to put a hat on and don't know crap about colic.
But on the same token, it's a lot of mistakes, like you said, it's a lot of mistakes that we make as adults raising our children. Plus, we don't know. And another thing, just in the urban communities, people don't take mental health serious. So what if these people have a little bit of issues before all this? We just didn't get a chance to see them yet because they haven't been put in a situation for them
Right.
to unfold. So we
I
don't understand it.
understand all
What
of the
about the
things that come
household that they growing
after.
up? But what about the household? No, I'm talking about right now that we just probably haven't seen. What about
Right.
the household that they growing up in? Is that stable? Because you not only bringing a child into this world, you bringing a child in an environment you can't control because you bringing it to somebody else's house.
Well, I mean, the decision to have intercourse is there already. The decision was already
We're
there.
not talking about that. We passed that. We at the point right now with the decision they have to make that's going to change two people's lives forever,
It
possibly a
is,
third,
but
but
it
it's
will.
going to affect countless others because it's
It's
other
going to
family members
change.
that's going
It's
to have
going
to
to
step
change
in
their
now.
life drastically either way. Having a baby or aborting a baby, it's going to change their life drastically either way.
Me personally, would I been ready to have handle the responsibilities of having a baby at 16, 17, 18 years old? No.
Stephanie, what's the topic? So the topic was we had got a phone call from a friend. She was just telling me about she finding out that maybe her teenage daughter may be pregnant. What she feel like she should make her get an abortion, and further on with the conversation, me and about it. I don't feel like a person should be forced to have an abortion just because they're a teenager. I don't know. Did it just freeze? Did it cut off or did it just freeze?
I'm going. So
Oh, it was just frozen.
how old is the young girl? She is, I think she's
15 or
15,
16?
16, something like that. But excuse me, I had stepped out for a second. I had to go get a charger. But the thing I'm saying is we got time when we are adults and we only making choices and stuff like that. We only have responsibilities for ourselves. We only responsible for ourselves. But when you bring in another child into this world, you're responsible not only for yourself but for them. And at that point, your life ceased to exist. You live for the child.
Right.
So it don't matter the age.
Because people at any age can have mental problems. People at any age can. All right, I think it's back and working. Sorry about that, y'all.
Few technical difficulties, but what I'm saying is I'm gonna get off of the subject. We're not gonna make it drag out long and drawn out. All I'm saying is that I think that we as parents have a responsibility to our children to get them the best life that we possibly can afford, be it be mentally, financially, emotionally, and I think a child can't offer that.
All
I
right,
think a
stop right
child-
there. Just like you just said, if you as a parent have that responsibility, you don't think you forcing your child, it's forcing her to abort her baby, is you think that your relationship is going to be okay?
She may not understand it right now. First of all, we only got half of the story, right? So let me clarify. We only got half of the story because we don't know the conversation the parent actually had with the child. So we just speaking from our point of view. Me personally, I would rather have her mad at me right now and have an issue than her growth be stunted for a split decision second, just like that split decision second that she chose to engage in intercourse without protection. Because if she was following what we talked about, the guidelines that were set as far as her friends, because you don't actually raise your child.
A teenage
Nobody,
mom
hold
does
on,
not mean your growth is stunted,
hold on.
mentally, physically, or anything.
Half of these people out here, I'm just saying, me included, my brain was going a million different miles when I was that age, just like my hormones. So I couldn't make a decision on what socks and sneaks to wear at a time, let alone to have somebody stable.
Let me
Somebody
tell
brought
you
into this
something. One
world
thing's for
that-
sure, two things for certain. When you have a baby at any age, they're gonna make you. They'll make you man up. They'll make you be a woman.
That's not true. How many people out here that don't put their babies in microwaves, beat their children to death, smother their children?
And how many of them are teenage moms?
I don't know.
Not
We could
many.
you don't know. We could do a study. I can Google it right
We
now.
can do a
and
study.
see. But I'm just saying it's a lot going on. And
I
me
know
personally-
it's a lot.
Okay.
I'm just saying you just have to think about it.
And we got a
You
daughter.
just have to think
We have a
about
daughter
you
and two sons.
you're forcing your child to abort her baby. That's all I'm saying. Like, you have to think about that. And there is plenty teenage moms who are successful. Hello? I'm very successful. And I did not just drop my baby to my
We're not
mother
talking about-
or grandmother's house. I'm saying me because I was a teenage mom.
But
And
we're
those
not
are the
talking about
same
you. We
things
talking
that
about
so many
everybody.
people
We're
said.
not talking about you. We talking about everybody.
We're not talking
It's
about me.
always a Steve
I'm just using
Jobs.
me as an
There's
example.
always a Meek Mills. There's always a Justin Bieber. There's always some people that. And then on top of that, you don't get a fish. Don't get credit for swimming. That's what they're supposed to do. So
Right.
you made a decision.
I don't
that
need
you
credit. I'm
affected-
just using my life as an example that you cannot say all teenage moms, oh, their life is stunted.
I think it
And
is.
that's the end of it. It's just not true.
All right, let me ask y'all. I don't know how many of y'all out there that got kids, but how many of y'all would allow, without even at least a conversation to see what mental mind state your child is at, to even consider that idea? Like, how many of y'all, like, period, like, that's a big decision to be made. That's a real big decision.
It is a
It's
big
a real
decision.
I know I got some
But see,
people
he's
in
a
my
man.
family, but I got some people in my family that's grown that can't handle children. Like, that's adults, full-blown adults. And then most of those people turn into, they depend on them programs. They look for them programs to take care of them.
And that's all I'm saying. It don't matter what age. It
then-
don't matter what age.
And then women be having babies thinking that they're going to keep the man. They have babies because they got daddy issues.
Right.
They had the babies because they've been so lonely in their life. Oh, it's just going to be, I don't need nobody else but me and my baby.
Yeah,
And
for
then-
selfish reasons. That's so true.
And then on top of that, and then let's say the father and mother situation don't work out together. The father decide he ain't ready to man up like that. So now she by herself. Now that affected him.
That's her decision. At least it was her decision. Now you got to live
But
with
did you hear
decision
that?
that you
her,
made.
That's her decision.
That's
so
that's the
hold
whole
on,
point.
hold on.
It's her decision.
All right, so both of those. All right, so now how much of the decision should the father have?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You didn't make it by yourself. You ain't married Jesus and Joseph.
It's the woman's decision.
How?
It's the woman's decision.
Okay, so you saying it's the woman's decision, right? So let's say the father say he don't want it.
It's the woman's decision.
That don't make no sense.
The father can sign over his rights.
That
And
don't
not
make
be
no
bothered.
sense. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. See, you lost me right there. You completely lost me.
It's
right
not
there.
nothing to lose. We went from teenage mom to any mom. The mother should have the decision to abort the baby. And let's not get off subject because that's something totally different too. Let's not take it there. We're talking about under 18 teenage moms having a decision
That all
to
play a
have their
part,
baby.
because what if the-
No,
what if the
because it
father
turned into
don't
something.
But what if the father
I-
don't want to take part in that too? He a child too, right?
Right.
So what if he say, "Oh, I got plans on going to the Navy," or "I got plans on
Well,
going
then
to
take
college."
your behind on the Navy boat and get it going.
Okay. So and that's it. And like that really happened. Like I want to know
It
people
can
you know.
happen. It can
Yeah, and
happen.
I can be a astronaut.
You could have been.
I'm not,
You
and it's
can
not
be.
going to happen.
You
So it's a lot
could.
of things that can happen. We talk about how many people you know since you talked about all these hellos and all these hellos.
Because it's hello.
Yeah.
If you wanted to walk away, then goodbye, good riddance. And that's part of the decision that she's going to have with her daughter. Hey, baby, daughter. You know, like what comes with this. He can leave today or tomorrow. Are you okay with taking care of this baby by yourself?
She's
Hey, daughter. He
she's
can leave today or tomorrow.
she's making a big decision. Wow, right now it's young love. Y'all know how it is. The father is telling her, "I'm gonna take care of the baby." That could be the situation too. I'm just saying that no matter what, like the old saying goes, is mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Okay.
And
Always.
like I said, you still have to know the key about it is knowing the key is knowing the mother, the potential mother, mental stability.
What happened to financial? Like
Where
emotional.
does that coming from? Where the financially coming from? That's what I'm
Because you
saying.
that was one of your
You
points
can't
saying
even
that a
get you can't
teenage
even get a
mom might
working
not.
permit at
Yes, you
15.
can
You can
sew.
get the temporary no,
Yes, you can sew. You can start working at 14. You get your work permit.
no,
Okay. Yes. Yes.
no. It's see at 14 it's
And before she's
seasonal.
forced to get an abortion, she can be an emancipated adult. Don't get tongue tied now. Cat got your tongue.
No, it's not tongue tied. It's just I don't. This ain't. I don't know. Y'all hear me out there? Am I buffering or anything? Looks like I'm buffering a little bit. Guess I'm not sure. But anyway. Can y'all hear me? Can somebody let me know if I'm buffering or if I'm good. I wanted to have y'all call in and give me y'all thoughts and opinions. But to me it's a situation that you can only deal with when you're in that situation. Because you can
Yeah,
have a
but
million opinions on what
everybody
you
has their
think.
own opinion.
You can have a million opinions on what you think should go, how you think it should go. At the end of the day, you're not in that position. You don't know. You ain't making that decision. It's not affecting you immediately. And no matter what we think, those two people gonna make the decision they make. And actually, this is all a hypothesis. So
It
we
don't matter. Hypothesis, real, fake, not. Your opinion, my opinion. Men don't have the same opinion as us women because you don't have to grow through an abortion.
it's not sponsored by nobody, but this is what I've been telling y'all about. These two here, I was giving these away, the iPhone 11 and the earbud things, whatever they call it, earbuds. I was gonna be giving these out to one of the subscribers. I'm just gonna have actually two giveaways. One it's starting to come. Well, one giveaway I was gonna give the phone to one subscriber and the earbuds to the other subscriber. The earbuds might not be as good as a gift as the actual iPhone 11 Pro, but I will be giving it out when I get 10,000 subscribers. You have to be a subscriber to win either one of these gifts. You have to be a subscriber to the channel, and you'll know at one of my lives, once I reach 10,000, I'll let y'all know ahead of time when I'm going to be announcing the winner. First place is the iPhone 11, and second place is the earbuds. But
AirPods.
AirPods, whatever, you know what they call. You know what they call. So I'll be giving these out, like I said, when I get to the 10,000 subscriber mark. I don't know if I'm buffering. This is heavy strawberry. I know what both are saying. She doesn't have money to pay $1,000 rent, car insurance, clothes, food. That's a lot of understanding. That is a lot. It's gonna be a lot that's gonna fall on her, and I just hope if they do get put in that situation, they understand the situation and they accept it for what it is, and they know that they can't take it back. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on y'all about, today I was with my sister and we did a reflection. We reflect back, and we just talking about a lot of stuff that we went through. I went through as an adolescent, a youth, like some people, a youth.
Youth.
I made a lot of bad decisions when I was young. I know you made a lot of bad decisions. Everybody, because we actually learning. We learning as we go. We learn what not to do. We learn about the friends that we can't keep, the people we should and shouldn't be around. We learn a whole lot growing up. And that was one of the things I was one of the points that I was hitting on. Me being a child, I was young, I was lost. I didn't know right from wrong. I actually went to prison at that age. So that's what I'm saying. Like my mind wasn't in the right place, and it definitely wasn't in the right place to bring a child into the world. So I don't know if the mother's on a more mature level, or if the son is even more mature than I was at that age. Because I made a lot of dumb decisions, man. Stuff that I wish I still could take back to this day. You know what I mean? Stuff like I said, I went to prison. I tell you what, I'll put it to you this way. When I was 15 years old, we actually talked about this in the car today with my sister. I got shot at the age of 15. Like, I got shot at the age of 15 years old. And I was explaining to her, like, could you imagine how that would have felt if my son would have gotten shot at that age? Like, if you would have came home, if he would have came home and told you, or you heard it in the street, because my mother heard it. No, I actually came home. Actually came home, but I lied about what happened because I was scared. There was still the fear in me, but I lied about what actually happened. And I lied about a lot of stuff back then.
But see how people's lives are different, where you were doing at 16 and where I was at 16.
But that's what I'm saying. But that goes to show you where my mind state was. I was out doing some stuff that I had no business doing. I'll tell you how it actually started, right? I wasn't as fortunate as a lot of kids when I was growing up, but I had choices because my mom and dad had separated. At that point, they had 4 kids, 3 boys, 1 girl. So I had a choice. I had a choice either stand with my dad where we were struggling a little bit at, or go where my mom was nice at. And with my mom, things was a lot nicer. Like, she had more of the money. She had the stability. She had the house. The neighborhood was decent. It was new to me because she split up and moved from where my dad was at, where I grew up at. So I had to make a choice which way I wanted to go. So I started going with my mom on the weekends and go with my dad on the weekdays. But when I got to my mom's house down there where my mom was at, which would be Strawberry Mansion, where I initially grew up at, that was like a circus down there. It was so much going on down there. The drugs, the girls, the people. Everybody was outside. It was always something going on. Versus where my dad was at, it was that my childhood friends where I grew up at. I had never even seen a gun in my life till I went down there. I was maybe I bought my first car at like 13 years old down there. Whereas though I would have never thought about none of that up there. We were still playing Ding Dong Dixie and Hot Bread and Butter, Come Get Your Supper up there. But down here, it was a whole different world. Whereas though my friends that was my age that I would see on the weekends down there, they fast paced. They smoking weed already. They got money. They got stacks of money. And this was at the height of the epidemic of the drug thing. When crack was just coming in, it was popular. Cars, the systems. So I would go up there from where we asking my dad and my friends up there asking their parents to buy them sneakers, the Jordans, the pumps, the LA Gears. And I got to wait till my dad decide that I've done enough to get those sneakers, where I come down here, everybody my age got those sneakers already. They got the leather jackets, the Andrew Marks, the Pellies, the Sterlings. They got all that stuff. Or they even have cars already. Mm-hmm. So it's like, damn, this guy is my same age. I know him, just my friend. And he got everything I want already, and he ain't gotta ask nobody. And I'm asking him how he got it, and all he basically told me is, which all you gotta do is, all you doing is holding something for somebody, and they paying you to hold it for them. I said, what you mean they paying you to hold it for them? He said, all right, you take these, you hold it, and they can't trust themselves with it. So what they gonna do is they gonna come give you money to get them a little bit at a time. Because if they get all of it, they gonna smoke it all, do it all. They ain't gonna. So I'm like, that's kind of make a little bit of sense. And I'm like, well, how do I get paid? When you get rid of it all, you get money. And I'm like,
That's
well, how
because at
much?
a young age you're impressionable.
Just like with the sex thing. So I'm like, well, how much money can I make? You could buy you sneakers, you could buy you a jacket, you could buy you a coat, you could buy you whatever you could buy. You know, as a kid, you just wanted money. Beepers was popular then, and he pulled out maybe $125, but it was all ones, and maybe $5 bills, and then gave me $10. $10? I gotta wait till the weekend for my allowance to get $10. So, and I'm like, so what did this? And initially, I started selling weed. That was the first thing I sold was weed. So I'm like, well, what do I gotta do? So now everybody parents cook spaghetti before in their house. I'm quite sure everybody parents cook spaghetti. So you know what oregano is. So the first thing I seen him
I
pull
don't know.
out.
We ate eggplant.
Well, I'm sorry for your mishaps in childhood of eating eggplant, but we didn't. So he gave me this little envelope that looked like a big, like you know, the big yellow manila, them envelopes, the big yellow ones that you lick folded down. He gave me one of them, but it was about this big, right? And I open it up and I see the stuff that my mom sprinkled on spaghetti in there. So I'm like, I got a whole bunch of this in the crib. He like, no, you ain't got this in the crib. I'm like, yes, I do. Run down my mom's house, come back with it. He like, that's not this. This is
Parmesan cheese.
No, oregano.
Oh.
I thought the weed was oregano. I thought that's what that was.
Oregano. Yeah.
So anyway, he gives me 10 of those, 10 bags of those, which was $60. Stack about this big, $60. And he tell me bring back $50. So I get to keep $10. So I'm like, well, how do I know who I'm supposed to get this to?
Right.
He like, they gonna come up and ask you. Just all you gotta do is stand right here, and they gonna come up and ask you for it. Now they cost $5 a piece. You know how to count, right? I'm like, yeah, I know how to count. He said, you stand right here, and I said, is there anything I gotta do? Person I gotta look for? He said, just tell everybody you got weed out. You got you got chronic and you got chocolate tie. So now you got to remember, he was moving his weed like he was moving the $60 packs like water. I'm talking about he was making maybe $200-$300, $400 a day. I had this one $60 pack of weed all day. So I got to thinking, well, maybe this ain't for me because it ain't working for me. So he sat out there with me, helped me sell a couple of them. I made my bucks, gave him his money back. Now, let me speed up for you. I'm going to speed up just maybe a few months. Let's speed up a few months. Let's just say we speed up another year. I try this off and on just to get a little extra bucks because the dollar parties is on the weekends. And we had a spot in North Philly called the Graveyard. It was actually a graveyard where they buried dead people at. But you know those mausoleum things that they have in the graveyards? Mm-hmm. We used to have parties there. Our parties was known nationally. I'm talking about Jersey, New York, Delaware, everywhere you can name, like in the tri-states, people came to the graveyard party. So if you was born, I mean not born, but if you was around in the 80s and 90s in Philly, then chances are you came to a graveyard party because North Philly graveyard parties was popping. So that's where you sold the weed at, also at the graveyard parties. So anyway.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm from West Philly.
So anyway, hold on, check. So anyway, one of the parties was coming up. Now, I didn't know the party was coming up. I thought it was, they used to have parties on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I didn't know the parties was on Thursday. I just thought it was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I would come down to my mom's house, start my weekend on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I came down there one day. It was probably like 6 o'clock. So when I get down there like 6 o'clock, the party started at like 9. You know, people try to wait, get there fast and late till 10, 11. So now I'm introducing y'all to when the really, really bad stuff started in my life. Because the party started, and like I said, 9 to 10. Now at 6 o'clock, I got my weed. I'm trying to hustle it. I'm trying to sell it. It's slow out there. Nobody's coming up. my homie, he riding around on a bike. He knocking them off. He coming back with the money. Yo, what you know? I'm telling you, it's working. Another one of my homies that was about 2, 3 years older than me already had a car, so he rides up on me. So he like, yo, what you doing out here? I'm like, I'm chilling. I got some weed for sale. You want to buy some? No, I don't smoke weed. So he like, what you know? I'm like, I'm trying to get a couple dollars to go to the graveyard party. So he said, all right, well, how about you take a ride with me? So I said, all right, I got this weed. What you want me to do with the weed? He was like, put it in the house, get in the car, and take a ride with me. Now he had like a notorious reputation in the hood. Guys our age was a little bit scared of him. Plus, he was a little couple years older, but he was always faster. Now I hung with him and a couple guys from their block. They was like maybe 2 blocks away from me, but I hung with them for a while. All those guys was like 2, 3 years older than me. So anyway, back then you got to remember the Jamaican stores was big because they was the ones that sold the weed. So we took a ride, right? We take this ride. We riding around, and I'm telling him I need some money. So he asked me, what I need, and I'm like, I'm just trying to knock something off. Give me like a little dub $20. Give me like a little dub to go to the party. Get me a grub. Get in the party. The party's like $4, $3 or $4, something like that. So he asked me that I want to make some money. So I'm already like, yo, I got weed. Of course I want to make some money. So he like, no, I want you to take a ride with me. I said, all right, sure, take a ride with him. Now, we pulls up to this Jamaican store. The Jamaican store was on 31st in York. So we ride to 31st in York. This is the very first time. Watch how this goes left. So we pulls up to the store on 31st in York. Now, it's a Jamaican store that sell weed. So when we pull up here, he said, yo, now remember, I told you verbatim what happened from him picking me up to the corner, me getting in the car, he asking me what I need, what I was trying to do, all that verbatim. This is the whole conversation we had in the car. I didn't leave nothing out. I didn't forget nothing or nothing. So he asked me, he said, yo, you strapped? I said, no. Yeah, that's exactly how I went. You strapped? I said, no. I was just selling on the block. I said, oh, wow. He like, all right, check this out. Reach under the seat, give me a 25 automatic. The one in the chamber, give it to me. This maybe been the second, third time I've ever held a pistol in my life. So he gives it to me, right? He like, yo, we getting ready going here. So I'm still oblivious to what's going on. I still don't know what's going on. I'm still a little lost in my head. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna go in here. So I'm like, all right, I still ain't putting 2 and 2 together. I just know he a little bit wild. So I'm figuring that's why he had the pistol.
You'll know next time.
So we goes in the store. When we get in the store, they had, the Jamaican stores back in the day, they would have like literally, without exaggeration, like 8 bags of chips in the store, like 5 sodas in the freezer. That's how you know that store had weed. And it always smelled like incense because there was a Jamaican in the back smoking weed. So when we
What
get
is Jamaican?
a Jamaican is a Jamaican that's really from America, like born and raised in America, but they get that Jamaican accent.
How they be
and they start
sounding?
wearing Jamaican-ish.
How? Tell me. Let me see how you do.
I don't know. Just, the Jamaican. My you. Like, you know what I mean? Licky boy with the butter clock. But anyway, so we get in the store, right? So we get in the store. Now, like I said, they had, you know how the Chinese people got the plexiglass joints you spin around to put your money in there and, to slide the food through. They had the metal joints, though, that you slide the money through. But the door on the side sometimes be open because they come out to smoke the cigarettes, I guess, to look for the police, whatever. So we come in the store now. When we come in the store, he up at the front, but he whispering. I really don't hear what he's saying. I'm not paying no mind. In my head, I'm like, yo, I want to get out of here so I can get back to the block to try to make this couple bucks. I got 20 from him. Still knock that off. Get, a couple extra bucks in my pocket. I'm trying to get as much as I can. Next thing I know, I hear him say, don't make me ask you again. So when I turn around, because I'm thinking he talking to me. When I turn around, now he grabbing the Jamaican hand through the little, he grabbing his hand through the slot.
What you talking about, the little Jamaican hand? Like?
Yeah, he grabbing it. One of them don't worry me cats. Like, that's why I say the little Jamaican. He got the them don't worry me hat tilted. Like, it looked like his name Colonel. Anyway, so it was another one came out the back. He opens the door. Did I say his name already? Because I was about to say his name just now. I ain't want to, huh?
No.
Anyway, he pops him in the leg from the rip. I'm talking about immediately, ASAP. If not sooner, hit him right in the leg. Pow. I don't know if I peed a little bit or not, but I was shook. I was shook because in that little room, like in the Jamaican stores, they used to be little. Like I said, they had that plexiglass, like all the new Dominican stores here in Philly. They made just like the old Jamaican stores, so it's real tight in there. So I don't know if he got hit or not. I just don't know what's going on. He pops him, going there inside. I'm standing there. I still never pulled. I forget I had it in my pocket. He go in there. He come out with like 3 blunt boxes, Philly blunt boxes, because that's where I guess they kept the money, the weed, and the change. Come outside. We get in the car, pull off. I don't know what to say to him. He's speeding. I'm scared to death. We pull off over at the Dell Music Center on 33rd and Huntington. So we pull over right there. I just want to get out the car now. I immediately open the door. He's like, "Where are you going at?" I open the door. He's like, "Where are you going at?" I'm like, "I'm going back to the block. You 3-4 blocks away from the block. Sit down. Stop acting stupid." Now at this time, I still can smell a gunpowder. It smell like 4th of July, like the firecrackers, right? So anyway, he started counting the money out. I don't know how much he had because I was scared. He gave me a couple dollars, maybe like 40, 50 bucks. Gave me like 5 or 6 bags of weed. And he gave me a container, like a blunt container with all this change and pennies and shit. I'm scared. He give it to me, tell me he gonna swing back by around, get me later on. He take me back to the corner, tell me to give him my gun back, tell him don't, and he tell me don't ever not pull it out again. Let me out the car. I dodged him for months after that. I got a couple, I think it was maybe like 60 bucks, a bunch of change in my pocket. I was scared to death, but I didn't know at that time I just became an accessory to robbery. And it was just that easy, just that quick. I mean, not knowing what was going on. But let me tell you what it did spark in me, being a little demon, not knowing no better. I came out with 50 bucks, 60 bucks maybe. That took 2-3 minutes. It seemed like it was 4 hours. Took 2-3 minutes. But what it did from that day on, planting the seed in my head, so I stayed out here all day for 20, 30 bucks. And I got to try to get lucky to snap up and come up on something where we just ran and made 50 bucks for 2-3 minutes worth.
Oh, Lord. That was the start of something.
So that popped the seed in my head and turned me on to that. And that's how I ended up on a very, very long, bad road. That's where it started at.
Yeah, we know right where it started.
But Rel, that's his name, or that's the name I'm going to choose to use. But his story is a little different. He ended up upstate. He got about 3 or 4 life sentences right now. He's been down about 25 years now. It's 2020. So he's been out about since like the 90s, like maybe 97-ish, 98, 95-ish.
So that was the start of your road to recovery, huh?
The recovery, that was my start to the end.
The beginning to the end.
That was the beginning to the end.
Of the beginning.
Of my hustling days, the innocence, and the start of what made me, it had an everlasting effect because there's a lot of negative, a lot of bad, not too many good, but it changed that day, changed me.
So anything positive come out of that? Because we know the negative.
Yeah, the positive.
And that just play on any decision that any teenager makes in life. There's a negative and a positive.
Right. The positive that came out was that I know that I got friends that lost their mind and not getting in the car with nobody else like that again without getting all the information of what's going on and where they going at.
That's what came out of that.
That's what was positive. I know not to get in nobody's car again without asking them where they going and what they got in mind. But like I said,
y'all hear that? Make sure y'all check.
But like I said, that started me on the wrong road, and that led me to trying to figure out a way for me to do that on my own once I worked up the nerve to do that again. Because like I said, I thought about it took me hours and hours to make the little bit of money I made, and I made that same money that I was hoping to make in hours, I made in minutes.
Right.
So in my, what's the word? When you're young and stupid, in my like adolescent mind, that added up. Now I was scared, but the people that we went in there was more scared than I was. I just didn't know it.
Right.
And that was the first time I ever been involved in something like that.
Thank God I've never been involved in anything like that.
Yeah, but I'm quite sure, like we all got stories and we all got bad decisions that we made. We all had negative routes we made, and they all play a part of the person you are now. So
Right. Everything make you who you are.
and
Good or bad.
and I say that played a major part because it actually took my freedom for a long time, and made me change the way I looked at life. But I actually had to lose my freedom for a long time to understand it.
Right.
That was like crazy. Like I don't.
That was crazy for a teenager to go through.
I mean, that was crazy, but it wasn't as crazy as the time I took a slug. I took a slug not too long after that, maybe like.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
I took a slug maybe 4 months after that, trying to do the same thing by myself, thinking I was smart enough to do that. That's what I'm saying. So it's like the decisions we make, and I could easily be one of those people that we all remember. Like people like I sit back sometimes and I talk about my friends that ain't my age now. I'm in my 40s, and there's plenty of my friends that I grew up with that I'm like, damn, I wonder what type of individual he'd be right now if he was alive.
Right.
Would he still be funny? Would he still be this? Would he do? There's a lot of us that I know from around my way that died at 16, 17, 20, 21.
Right.
Like that. Died 20-something years ago. Like
that didn't even have the chance to change their life or to see better days.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like the decision that all goes back. Like I said, that all goes back to the baby situation with the 2 kids, because it's a lot of things that's going to impact your life, and like it's not like a movie where as though they show two paths. The paths if you would have had the baby, and the path if you didn't have the baby.
Right. You
Because
just got to make
gonna,
that decision.
But it is going to stunt your growth, because it's going to be things that you're going to. If you're a good parent, it's definitely going to be things you miss out on because you're not going to do it because you had a child. It's going to be chances that you could have took that may have led to something that may have changed your life.
Maybe you can't think of all the bad things though.
You got to. That's why it's called thinking.
No, you can think of good things too when you're trying to make a decision. Just like you said, the only good thing came out of your situation was knowing that people have ulterior motives, right?
But that also let me know not to blindly jump in people's cars. That's what I'm saying. No matter how cool they are.
Right, and then that in turn made you decide I'll do it myself. I'm not getting in the car with nobody. So now I'm gonna do it myself.
No,
and that didn't turn out too well.
No, that took a while because it was something else that happened after that turned me on to that. I actually got robbed myself, like maybe a month or so later.
Yeah.
So it all went back to that same initial thought.
But you already knew in your mind from the situation that you went through that I'm not going to jump in nobody else's car. I'm not going to do it with nobody else. I'm going to do it myself.
No, that's not actually where I came with it at. I told you a couple months later that somebody took something from me, took all my stuff from me in that same situation. Not that person, but in a similar situation, I got robbed too. And I'm like, damn, I sat out here and worked all this time to get all this money up, and somebody just came and took it from me. Like, I wasted all that time in my life, and it took 2 minutes, just like when I went in their store, and they took it all from me. And I'm back. Like, so it was more things that was compounded that made me go that route. But...
So... Just to sum it up, all your decisions were what you made, right? Your mother didn't force you to make those decisions. Your father didn't force you to make those decisions.
But those were, I wasn't in situations.
I'm not saying it's the same as a teenager making a decision to have the baby or abort it. I'm just saying that being forced to make a decision turns your life around, 3, 4,
But
5
I
times
wasn't
fold.
put in a position where I needed their input. That was all me. Had I listened to them, I would have went to school,
Maybe.
ate my vegetables,
Maybe.
and because that's the stuff the parents tell you. They don't give you the real. That's why I say you
That
don't
is the
raise your
real.
career. No, you don't raise your kids. Their friends, their environment, their neighborhood.
Right.
They pretty much all you give them is you instill the morals and values in them of rights and wrongs and what choices they should make and who they should have in their circle as friends, like the ones that care about you. But you don't raise them because 9 times out of 10, you go through everything with your friends. Y'all make the bad decisions together. Y'all take the losses together. Y'all experience stuff together. Y'all take drugs together. Even if it's something small as smoking weed, y'all all try that. There's people that tried that. That was your friends that probably never tried it again. There's
Right.
probably people that tried it and they never get back from them.
Right.
So
Yeah. There's no debate there.
no, I'm just saying that's just how it that's
The
just
cookie crumble.
yeah, it's just how it adds up. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to stop and try this podcast thing out, like I said, and you got any words you want to wrap up? Anything you want to bring to us?
No, I'm back to like I said, nobody should make the decision to abort your baby, teenager or not, but yourself. Period.
That's fine and dandy, but I said, do you have anything
That's the rat.
that you want to say? Like as far as the podcast, your experience, did you enjoy it? I enjoyed the podcast. This is the first
I
day.
enjoyed a peaceful debate
Well, I put it this way. This is the first
of conflicting opinions.
this is the first day of podcast, so it's a lot of kinks that got to get kicked out, of course. It's a lot of stuff that got to change. So I just wanted to try it out, see how it went. I enjoyed the subject, I enjoyed the topic, but it's some series, like I said, I want to bring. I want to try the podcast a couple more times. I want to try a couple more things. So
Right.
I'm gonna bring y'all some more things, and oh, and that's another thing. Thanks, Steph. That's another thing, right? I want y'all know my email at Strawberry Mansion's very own at gmail.com, just like the channel. If y'all want to drop me some subjects to talk about in there, y'all can. Next podcast going to actually be broadcasting the telephone number so you guys can call in and we can get going like that.
Right.
And we can get some input, we can get some topics. It's going to start off slow, always. I haven't picked the time like I used to. I used to pick a certain time when we originally did it, but we're going to freestyle
This time
a little
sound
bit.
good. Was about good. 7 o'clock. We tried to start it exactly 7, maybe 3 times a week, or is it gonna be every night? Probably not every night.
Maybe. I don't know what y'all think. Yep, there go right there. Thanks, Steph. StrawberryMansionsVeryOwn.com. Y'all can drop it in. If there's some subjects y'all want me to talk about, something y'all want me to bring up, something y'all think I should address, I always check my email. I got my alerts on. You drop it in there. I see them. Like I said, next podcast is gonna be a little bit better. We're gonna bring more things to the table. Might change the layout. It's a lot more. I'm just saying this is the first step. This is the
I want to
first
get
time.
sticky. Politics and religion.
I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't. Politics and religion don't do nothing for me. I'd rather share some stories with y'all about just like my life, like stuff that I went through. Like I'm just saying, maybe it might help somebody. Some of the stuff I went through, even what I was talking about.
Right.
I did a 10-year prison stint. Like I did a 10-year prison stint straight. Like 10 years straight. Not
That's
broke
right.
up. 2 years, 2 years, 1 year. I did 10 years straight. I made a lot of bad decisions when I was young. I did a lot of dumb stuff. And I know my dumb stuff might amuse y'all, but I don't mind it amusing y'all if it help y'all in some way. So I want to bring some of my experiences to the table. So
That's great.
maybe it can help y'all. And
That's great. If anybody got any questions or concerns, because yes, I was a teenage mom and I am very successful. My son that came out of the teenage pregnancy is very successful. So, that's part of my story. And maybe that's why I feel the way I feel.
Well, they might want to know some of your story versus you just saying, I'm successful, he's successful. They don't know that. You could just be saying that. They might want to know what what you deem as success. We'll get in that another time. But I'm just saying, you when you say that, you got to explain
Right.
to them. You can't just tell them that because it might come off as boasting versus just telling them that
Oh,
it's.
I'm not boastful at all.
I'm just telling you. But I want to share a little bit of my stories like I did. Like some of the people that have been with me on this channel for a long time, y'all know we used to go live every night, actually. We used to actually go live every night. I had Real Talk from the Street where we went live. People called in. This was something to do. We about to be locked in with the with the pandemic again. We might be out of, some of us might be out of work. So why not jump in here, drop in, see what it's got going on. You stay as long as you want, jet back out, come back, jet back out. It's up to you. But I got a lot more stuff I want to bring to the table. And like I said, I want y'all to, don't forget, we're doing an iPhone 11 giveaway. And what's these called again? iPods. I keep calling them AirPods.
AirPods,
AirPods.
iPods.
Yeah, we got the iPhone 11 Pro giveaway, the AirPods. When I get to 10,000 subscribers, you have to be one of my subscribers. I don't need you to comment and all that stuff until then. We'll get to that. The first prize is gonna be the iPhone. Second prize is gonna be the iPods. But I will be giving them out once I reach 10,000 subscribers, and I will announce the winners. First place, second place. Might get something else to give them too. Like I don't know, something else. Figure out something. Maybe like $100 gift card or something to like Amazon because you're gonna be stuck in the house. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You ain't gonna be able to go out nowhere. So it ain't like I can just order like a food card or something like that, and y'all be able to spend it. So a phone you'll be able to use, AirPods you'll be able to use, and a $50 gift card. There you go, $50 gift card. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the next two podcasts or two posts or whatever where you want the gift card to be to Amazon, eBay, DoorDash, something like that. Y'all let me know.
Right.
Yes, it's definitely gonna be good, and one of them I know I'm gonna do a couple questions of a couple deleted videos that was on here. So if you like Stephanie, a loyal subscriber that been here since the beginning, because Stephanie Cruz, I appreciate you a lot. You've definitely been here since the beginning. So if you've been here from the beginning, like Steph, then you will know a lot of the stuff that went on in the channel in the past, and a couple things that went on. So that might be one of the ways you can win. But you definitely have to be subscribed, because I'm gonna go through the subscription list and call off the names from those people that's already subscribed to win them. And again, that's after we reach 10,000 subscribers. We're not even that far away. I think I'm a couple hundred away from 10,000. This is a long road, but we're not that far. So that we're gonna be doing the how about this? Because there's ladies in there. We just gotta figure out something for the guys. How about we make the iPhone the second prize and the earbuds the third prize? And why don't you make somebody a wig or something?
Maybe. That'd be nice.
Yeah, why don't you make them a wig or something? That way you can. By the way, her Instagram is at Persistence for You.
PERSISTANCE.
The number 4.
And the letter U.
Yeah. So go check out our hair page. She do hair really good. She do it so good that my guarantee is that if you don't like our hair here in Philadelphia, if you don't like it, I'll pay for you to go to any stylist you want to get that hairstyle done. But that's only if you don't like it. You can't wait a week after you done wore it out to everywhere in the world and sweat it out like, oh my God, this is horrible. No, it was popping the initial first couple of days. It got horrible after you want to get a new hairstyle. But if you don't like it initially, like I said, no arguments. I'll pay for you to go to any stylist you want to get that exact same hairstyle. That's how confident I am in our abilities. But again, that's Persistence for You. PERSISTANCE, the number 4 and the letter U. And you can see what she do, how good she is as far as her hair. So again, we might go with like a Tara Cappy wig. I call them the female Scullys, but we might go with the Tara Cappy things, or a little wig or something. They're a couple $100, right?
It's a short, quick weave hairstyle, or like something with a closure. I don't know. So they'll probably pick out what they want. But that'll be great to I was about to say auction off, not auction, raffle off out of our subscribers. Well,
But that'd be a good way for y'all to see her work also. Plus, you ain't got to be in the city to get that because we can ship it right to where you at. It don't
Right.
cost, it's light, so it ain't going to be but $2-3. So it ain't like it's
Yes.
costing me $100 to mail it
It
or
will be
$50.
100% human hair.
Yep, we got a whole bunch of here. What is there actually anyway? Got bags and bags and bags and bags of hair. Don't ask me how I got it, where I got it from, none of that. Mind your business. Mind your business. But anyway, like I said, we're doing the hair giveaway thing. We're giving the hair giveaway thing, the iPhone thingy, the AirPods. I keep saying buds. The AirPods, we're giving away the AirPods, the iPhone 11 Pro, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the earbuds to a lucky subscriber after we reach 10,000 subs. And we're giving away a free wig from at Persistence for You, PERSISTAN
TANCE.
for
You.
on Instagram.
Yep.
So we're gonna be giving out a couple things. We're gonna try to make this work. We're gonna try to make it interesting for y'all. We're gonna try to make it fun for y'all because like I said, we're gonna be stuck in here during the pandemic. They're shutting the cities back down again. How do you feel about that pandemic thing? You think that's real?
That's another conversation.
I mean, me personally, I think it's real, but it's real BULLSH sugar honey iced tea because of the way it started, the way they calling it off. Now it's supposed to be a new strand. It's supposed
I
to be
do
like
believe
Arnold
it's
Schwarzenegger.
man-made.
It came back stronger than ever.
I do believe it's man-made. I don't think it's total bullshit. I just
You can't
think that
cuss.
backtrack and rephrase. I don't think it's total BS. I do believe it's man-made, and I think that the government is controlling it.
Yeah, you definitely controlling it. That is their disease. It's their drug, whatever it is that's in the air. But like I said, we're gonna be doing those giveaways. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all subscribe so y'all can win it. It's free. It's free for me. I don't know where is that. I wanted to show y'all, but it's free. I got a lot of this stuff free, so it's not. I ain't gonna say free, but pretty much free. It costs me a small amount, but I would like to give y'all something for helping me get somewhere. So with the 10,000 subscribers, again, we'll be giving out a free wig, the iPhone 11 Pro, the AirPods. We're gonna shout y'all out, pin y'all as the top comment. So anyway, don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Comment, do whatever it is you want to do. But you know I don't mind y'all giving up the negative comments if that's what y'all want to do. Then you go do it. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. What you think? You got anything to say in closing?
Nope.
Well, y'all know how I go. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?
Women should choose if they get abortions or not.
If that, I'm out of here. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool, man. I'm out of
Peace.
here. I'm out of here.
Nice talking to y'all. Yeah, we know.